That's difficult. Anything significant? No, I think I just really love drawing, and I'm very happy that, I mean, the more you draw, the more abstraction and equals innovation you can find, and I just think I'm pretty much lucky that I just really like drawing a lot, and I like working a lot too, but then it's not really work exactly because it's my own business, but yeah, I think it's just I really like what I do. I'm Denise. I came to New Zealand to Raglan 15 years ago, just backpacking, and decided to stay here. I lived in between in Canada as well, like 3 years, but came back here again, I don't know, like 4 years ago. And 1.5 years ago I started a gallery here again, working in my gallery in the studio as a full-time artist. Yeah, so originally I'm from Germany. And I was kind of 2 years into my studies, and after my studies I graduated and I worked as a concept drawer for like industrial design companies, and it was 2008, economic crisis, lots of projects got cancelled, big ones, so I was very disappointed, very young, very personally, so I just said I'm gonna leave for 3 months, go 6 weeks Australia, 6 weeks New Zealand, and I was also a bit like, I wasn't doing very well back home, like from like mentally with the society pressure and all kinds of stuff. And when I came over here, everything just worked out. Like I started drawing on the table in Welcome Lane at Dragon Rose, and invited me to draw on the wall, and people gave me the van to draw on and surfboards. I got free accommodation for it, and also kind of luckily one of the projects, they didn't pay for a few months. Economy price, everybody was tight with money, so I had to go busking in the streets in Wellington, draw on the ground on the canvas, and I met so many more people, and from that more stuff happened. And I just realized in New Zealand, as long as I draw and put my drawings in front of people, stuff happened just easily and very spontaneous as well, which is very different from back home. Like people would like think about it and emails and not sure, and then they would cancel it. And here everything just happened, and I just was addicted to this happy feeling here and didn't want it to leave anymore. And I just did everything so I can stay, like with the visa and work and money. Just kept doing art. So my art style, I would say, is illustrations. I come from a background of industrial design, which I embrace now very much again. There was a time where I kind of wasn't sure about it and wanted to go a completely other direction and discarded it, but now I really see in my style as well, and keeping within the style as well, there's a lot of teaching of industrial design, branding and that kind of stuff. Also how abstract shapes, like nature, I'm very inspired by nature, and industrial design was a lot about looking into like nature shapes and use it for three-dimensional products and stuff, and I do that for my artwork in an illustrative style. Also come a bit from a graffiti urban kind of style like years ago, and combining it with graphic design, industrial influences, and then just traveling and with that approach of abstraction, going to different places and exploring landscape and architectures in different places and bringing it all into my artwork, and then creating my own artwork, my own style. Yeah, so when I came here to New Zealand, my first art style was very abstract. I kind of had this, I think it was a bit of transition from like this urban and graphic design, industrial, into more nature. And I drew these helicopter robots, and I read at the time that artists often draw themselves or paint themselves, and I was wondering, okay, what is this helicopter robot? And they can fly around, they're free, and they sometimes need a bit of energy resources. So I kind of like said, okay, that's what I am, I want to be free and travel around, but then also I create kind of my own world, which I always drew my whole life, and I got told, I learned where there was a bit of thing for myself as a kid to have my own little world where I felt safe. And it just continued into adulthood. And then I later realized that creating your own world is also an element of branding. So it's something you can sell well. So it goes both ways. It serves me well. And I realized people love it as well to come into my world. But it's also an element of branding, but it just happened naturally. So I keep it. Yeah. What is the piece that means the most to me at this stage? It's about Raglan, and I created it in the first few weeks when I arrived here in Raglan and completely fell in love with Raglan.